What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Tesla Volt. If you're new to the channel, hi there. So today, at the time of this recording, it's Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. And as you can see from the title down below, I've had the 2024 Tesla Model 3 Highland, the redesigned Model 3, for 1 year now. I got this last year, March 6th, 2024. That's when I took delivery. I did pre-order back in January of 2024. And for the past year, as using this as my main car, I've got some thoughts, and I want to share with you guys my experience of using the car itself, from the exterior to the interior to the driving and all that other things. And here's what I have to say. Despite everything going on, with the news and Tesla and stuff like that, I didn't buy this car for whatever reasons you see on the news. I bought it because I genuinely like the car itself. And obviously I wanted to make content about this car and just how it kind of fits my tech lifestyle. So I wanted to point that out there. Now, here's what I want to start with: the exterior. I did add some extra mods, I guess you can say, just some extra things both in the exterior and the interior to make it a little bit more unique and more just for me. And there are some more additions that I will be putting on in the next couple months and obviously throughout the next year. And so it's not 100% complete. This is not like my fully custom. Like, the one thing I want to do is I want to get the car wrapped. Obviously, that's off the tables right now, just for financial reasons. It's way out of my budget. So I'm putting that on the side for now. But there are some other additions that I'd like to make with the Model 3. And also, this is in its like just daily how it looks. It is kind of, I did wash it a couple days ago, and it was sunny just like how it is today, and it was nice and warm in the like 61, 62 degrees Fahrenheit. But a couple days later, it started raining again. And that's how Western New York is. Like, one day it's super warm, the next day it's super cold, and that's how it was. It dropped back to the 30s. It rained, and at one point it did snow a little bit. But now we're back to having sun. Anyway, let's start things off with the exterior. As you can see, this is the side profile right here. But starting from the front, just like right here, I love the new headlights. They're more sporty and they're more sleek and elegant in my opinion. Absolutely love it. And what I also did right here, this Tesla logo, I did put an NFC Tesla emblem right here, so when I do place my phone, it technically does open up the front, which I absolutely love having the front. And let's quickly get into the front since we are in the front of the vehicle. There we go. So this is how my Model 3 front looks like. I did get these mats right here. I do have a light bar here, which really does help in the dark. And that's really it. I can fit in a small suitcase, like a small carry-on. And when I go on like a 2, 3 day, 4 day road trip, I put my carry-on in here. I don't need to worry about putting it in the trunk. Now, I also do appreciate that this has been moved to the front. I believe in previous models it was way up there, so it's just easier to locate. And if you're running out of washer fluid, you just pour it in from here. Very simple, very easy. And the only thing that I really spent money on this car is washer fluid. There we go, washer fluid. And recently, this is unfortunate, but I had to change the tires on the back. I'll get to that in a moment. It was pretty rough. It was a pretty rough situation. It just kind of happened out of nowhere. But yeah, just everything else about this front is sleek and elegant. I absolutely just love how it looks. Now, it's not the Model 3 Performance. It is the Model 3 long-range all-wheel drive. So it doesn't have that sportier front look. But still, I think it's really, really nice. I absolutely do appreciate it. But yeah, this is how the front looks like, and I think you'll come to love it. It's a little bit different than the Model Y, the new Model Y, which has like a light bar. It's like a Cybertruck and Cybercab fused together. So it's a little bit different, but I don't know. I really do like how the Model 3 looks. You know, model-wise, I kind of have to see it in person, which I have not yet. But this I really do like. Definitely gives that more sportier feel. Coming to the right side, again, really do like it. Now I do have just some coverings right here for the mirrors. And I have the, you know, these front tires are the same as when I got them last year. I did not change the tires on the front, just the back. And these right here are also stock. I switched them back to stock, and I've been using them since, and they've definitely been great. And obviously I did make some extra additions right here, like 3M tape. This is like carbon fiber for the door handles. I really do like it, but I like how everything sits flush together. And I don't have any covers for that camera yet, which I may get hopefully in the future. And then coming to the backhand side right here, let's take a quick look. This is where we got some additions. This is where we got a couple things that are different, but overall I like the back of the car as well. So taking a look at the back, we see it's a little bit different. Now it does say dual motor, so if you have the long range all-wheel drive, it is going to say dual motor. If you have just long range rear wheel drive, it's not going to, and then performance will have the performance emblem. But what's different with my Model 3 all-wheel drive versus other ones you'll see on the road is two things. First of all is the spoiler up here. So this spoiler normally does not come equipped with a long range. It only comes equipped with a performance, and it's a little bit different than the one Tesla does sell. However, you can pick up a spoiler directly from Tesla and have them install it on your regular Model 3. It doesn't need to be performance. However, that is a little bit more costly. I have worked with a bunch of different companies to get all of these products, and I'll be leaving links in the description down below. These products and accessories, so definitely be sure to check them out because it's great quality too. It's carbon fiber, and I absolutely love how it looks. The next big thing right here that I changed up is the logo. As you can see from the logo, it's a red 3M tape, so it's looking a little bit cleaner. I did get Spigen black carbon fiber, so I will be installing those soon. But for right now, it has red Tesla letter logo color thing going on, and I really do like it, but I'm going to kind of switch things up and have it a carbon fiber look. And then I have this light strip, which I am going to kind of open up. Let's open up real quick. And then, yeah, we got a bunch of stuff in the car right now. We got a bunch of things going on inside the trunk, just extra things going on. And let's go ahead and turn on the car, or kind of unlock the car. There it is. There's the animation. And then there's the animation when I lock it. I really do like how it looks. It lags just a little bit, as you can see. Like, it's not as fluid, but that's okay. That's to be expected in my opinion. But everything else about it, you can get like rear spoilers and like for the bottom. But I had one, and I didn't, end up using it for for too long, and I got rid of it. So it's just like the stock back on the bottom right here. But yeah, that's the exterior for you. Honestly, I like it. Now, here's the thing. Let's get into the trunk real quick, because the trunk is what has, a bunch of things going on. Now, again, with the trunk, as you can see, like, I've got so many things, but because of the weather, like, I have not been able to wash the car and then install things. So I do have these Model 3 Photon wheel cap kits from Tesla. And again, I do have things like this, the rear emblem logo, the full cover from Spigen. So I will be trying that out. These towels that I do have to wash the car. Obviously, I do have these bags that I go shopping with. I also do have a weather mat for the trunk, and then I have like these covers where you can store stuff inside in the sides of the Model 3. And then obviously you have the extra storage in the bottom. I think it's honestly spacious for like daily things. It gets the work done. Now, if you have a larger family, obviously I don't think this is going to be great for road trips, and here's why. First of all, you're going to cram everything in there. but I feel like the rear seats aren't the largest. They're not the biggest. You're not going to get the most space. For shorter trips, I think it's great, but for longer trips, especially if you have a larger family, it's going to be a little bit tight. And it also depends on the driver's seat too, as well as the front passenger seat. But again, from the design exterior aspect, I give Tesla a thumbs up. But here's where I want to kind of switch into the interior, because that's where you're going to be spending most of your time. Obviously, you're driving. Now, I forgot to mention the tires right here, these back tires, I did end up changing because I don't even know if it was a nail, but like we couldn't find the nail on the right back tire, and it was just leaking air. And yeah, we ended up just, you know, it was time to get new tires. So we ended up changing the backs, and I probably will end up changing the front very soon. But these have been great so far. And yeah, I mean, I was pretty lucky, you know, when it started, the PSI started to go down, I was really close to home. So I was able to kind of pull it home into the parking lot and just kind of get some air in and try to stop the tire from losing any more air. And then I was able to take it to my closest tire store and kind of get it fixed and get it worked out. Tesla was charging up way too much from my budget, so his tire place was much better. Let's get into the interior. Now, I do have my phone here, so I thought I'd be using it for notes and stuff, which I do have, but I guess I'm just kind of free going because, you know, this is just my real experience. So let's go like this. Actually, before we go like that, here's the interior. Here's how it looks. And it looks a little bit different from a regular Tesla Model 3 interior. I did make more changes than many would. And like I have this mat right here. I have this carbon fiber cover right here. More carbon fiber right here. This Jawa fragrance stick actually smells really good. I do have to swap it out for a new one. But I'll definitely be leaving a link in the description below for that. They sent out a bunch of different products, which I am still working on showcasing here on the channel, but it's been awesome. It smells very good, and it's very sleek and minimal. So definitely be sure to check them out. Now, I also am still using the yoke steering wheel, and this right here, it's either you really like it or you really hate it. I really like it, and I think for the time being, I won't be switching to the regular one. At times, I do miss it, but for the most times, you know, I'm used to using this, and you really do get used to it. So I'll just leave it there, and then obviously with the wheel, I have more carbon fiber coverings right here, and then more carbon fiber coverings right here as well on the door right over here, where you have just, you know, the windows, just to close the windows and open the windows, and then your emergency door handle, which you don't use. You use this one right here. And then the screen, the center console right here. I do have these, I think they're Spigen MagFit. I think that's what they're called, Spigen MagFit. But I'll be leaving a link in the description down below. They are MagSafe compatible, and you just stick them on the back of the display, the center console. However, they don't have like charging, so if you don't want to charge your phone or whatever, then these are great. And I have an alternative to charging my phones, but it's been great. I usually have my main phone and then my secondary phone right here, and I recently have got this second one because I've been trying something out, and that's doing DoorDash with the Model 3. Doing DoorDash with the Tesla has actually surprisingly been very great. Very, very good. And I'll share with you guys my experience in a separate video of that. But so far, yeah, I've really been enjoying it. The center console, I also was able to change so it has, so it can swivel up and then down and then to the left and to the right. I usually leave it facing towards me to the left and then tilt it slightly upwards, just like that. And there it is. Obviously, more carbon fiber right here. I have a USB-C, two USB-C retractable cables, this little port thing right here with the USB-C and USB-A port, and these charge super, super fast. Again, links will be in the description down below. And then more carbon fiber going on right here. And then lots of storage, which I really do love. This right here, obviously I have to use to charge my car at night. I do have this adapter, so if anyone tries to pull out the plug or the cable, they can't do that. It kind of locks it. I've had an incident with this before, so I had to pick this up. So that's been useful. But lots of storage in here, lots of storage in here. Just going when you just take a look at that, lots of storage. Absolutely love it. The glove compartment, obviously you use it through the screen, but it's just hidden right there. You don't really see it. And yeah, this is just how my interior is. I really like it. I think the front is fairly spacious. I'm like 5'9", 5'10", and I think it does a great job kind of, keeping me, like, it's enough space for me. From, enough space from the door, and then you're just sitting in the middle. Where some cars, I feel like they're a little bit tighter. This one I think is comfortable. I also do appreciate, everything else Tesla has in this, especially with the ambient lighting at dark when it's night out. It is phenomenal. It's awesome. Now, the one thing I wish Tesla had, there is a mirror here, but I kind of wish it was digital, so you had a digital option as well. But unfortunately, you don't have that. And then obviously, if the screen isn't working and you need to, switch from park to drive, you have that up here. I have never switched gears using this before, but you do have that option. And then it gets hot in here, I'll tell you that. Like right now, the sun is beaming down. It's pretty warm in here. But this piece right here, I don't have a covering because I have my camera rig kind of put up right here that I don't really want to remove. But in the back, you'll see that I have a covering, and it only covers half of it. And I'll get to the back in a moment. But this is the front, and this is how it looks. Again, if you want to check out these accessories, I'll be leaving links in the description down below. Some people have asked me those right there, and these are also coverings. Again, links will be in the description down below if you want to check it out. And I'm in Western New York, so this car does get dirty real quick, like especially in the winter. It's so hard to clean it. Like just look at it. I cleaned this like literally yesterday and it's dirty again. So getting out of the car, let's head into the back right here. But also these are also carbon fiber coverings, and as you can see, this is a weather mat, and it is very, very dirty. But hopefully, once the snow completely is gone, I am going to clean this like crazy and spend a lot of time cleaning this car, because I don't know, it's too much. It's too much. And so you can see right here, like I washed this car, and I usually wash it myself, and within a couple hours it gets dirty. And I don't know, maybe it's just because like I live in a place where winter is pretty rough. But let's get into the rear seats just like this. Now for me, I have plenty of room, but it all depends on, I think here's the thing, like if you have like younger kids, it'll be fine, it'll be great. Like if you had like two kids that were like 5 and 6 or 5 and 8, I think the rear seats. But if you're going on a road trip like 4 or 5 adults, yeah, I think I would be I'm thinking about having 2 adults to my right. I think I would be pretty squished. But here is the interior and how it looks from the rear. I still love having this extra rear screen, so if you want to watch YouTube videos, you can do that. If you want to watch Disney Plus, Netflix, and things like that, and you can pair up your headphones so it doesn't distract the driver, which is awesome. These are also here, so if you want to like store some stuff, you can. Obviously, I don't use it, and I don't really have too many rear passengers using it. You got 2 USB-C ports down there. I do have some, mini storage with here. This is a Jawa stick, so it does detect when it's dark and there's motion. It does glow. So let's see if it does kind of light up. I don't think it will because it's day. Oh, there we go. So normally, like in the dark, it always does light up whenever it senses motion or whenever I open the rear seats. But, right now it just took a little bit to light up. And I put this down here just, if anyone in the rear is sitting here in the dark, they can at least see USB-C ports right up there. So that's something I do appreciate. And yeah, it's just very minimal and clean, but I really do like it. I like how the ambient lighting just comes to it wraps around to the rear seats. I also, this has been a game changer. This right here is like a table from Jawa. This is awesome. I use this all the time, especially when I am working from my car, from inside my car, or let's say I grab something to eat real quick. I use this as my table, and it's been absolutely awesome. It does fold in half just like this, but I will be making like separate content based on this, so definitely be sure to check it out. And I also do have my Fantic portable vacuum right here, which has also been awesome, but I usually leave this one in the trunk, but recently I brought it back to the rear seat. And then obviously another bag. You know, here in New York State, we have to bring these bags because they don't have plastic ones, but that's really it. And then obviously if you bring this down, you can use, there's 2 cup holders right here, and you can kind of store your cups or drinks, whatever it is. And then pulling the rear seats are really easy. And I made a separate video here on the channel of sleeping in the Tesla, and I'll be completely honest, it was comfortable. And I know there are people out there who do camping with, you know, their Model Y, and some with Model X, Model S, things like that. So the larger Tesla vehicle you have, the easier, the more space you'll have to kind of camp from your car. But I did with the Model 3, and it was awesome. So that's the exterior and the interior and what I've noticed. Now there is other topics I want to talk about, and that's going to be the driving as well as the range. How has the range held up in the past year? So let's get back into the car. So the range in the past year, I'll tell you this. I think this was like estimated 341 at 100%. I have only gotten max 334 at 100% last year. This time around this year, right now I'm not 100%, but 282 miles, I'm at 88%. So I did charge up to 90, which was around 288 miles. But when I do charge to 100, the max I'm getting is 321, 322. So I did kind of lose about 10 to 12 miles of range in 1 year. And let's see how much miles I have. Wow, I have 20,686 miles in 1 year. Now, I will give credit to that because of DoorDash. But normally I wouldn't be driving it because most of my content I am kind of conducting from inside my studio, and it doesn't really require me to go outside unless it's content here for Tesla Volt. But that's been my battery range. Now, obviously in the summer months I do get longer range, but in the winter it's been pretty rough. So here's what I say, like I charge this to 90%, right? And I'll do DoorDash for 5-6 hours, and I'll get back home with around 150 miles. So from 290 to 150, that's about losing 140 miles. Do I drive 140 miles in 1 day doing that? No, I don't. But in the winter months, it's been a little bit worse. I've never gotten super low on battery, and you know, going on road trips, I make sure to use the supercharging network and just navigate by using supercharging. And at home, I just use a level 2 charger, and I usually charge to 80%. The past couple of days I've been doing 90% just to see how much longer it will last me. But it's been great, for a car that you want to drive in the city locally, but also long road trips. It is really good. I've taken this on multiple road trips. I've taken on 5-hour road trips. I've taken this on 7-hour road trips, and it's performed very well on every single occasion. I've taken this on a 2-hour, 3-hour road trip, and from west, going from New York into Canada, going down to New Jersey, even going further down into the Virginia area to DC, it has performed very well in terms of range. Like, I have gotten over the battery anxiety. Now, when I first got the car, I was a little bit scared, I'll be honest, but using the car, I've really gotten used to it. Now the driving experience, I kind of just, I'm in the parking lot, there's no one here, but I kind of just drive around. Now, I don't have let's put on the seatbelt. Let's actually go like this. Now, the one thing I do like about this is I'll put on my seatbelt and bam. So we'll say tap to activate drive. So it knows I'm going to drive. I don't need to even deal with the screen. And let's say I want to, hopefully it'll detect, but bam, let's say I want to like I'm in the middle of a road and I want to turn, right? It will know that I want to turn and it'll reverse for me. So let's see if it does it with this. So I hit reverse. There you go. So it says tap to activate drive. So it's very simple. There you go. You just go like that and bam, you're all set to tap to activate drive. And it's just really easy. Like, that's why I said, like, DoorDash has been really good with this. I go inside, pick up the order, I come back, I put on my seatbelt, I tap to activate drive, and I'm all set to go. The car is already ready. But this car picks up quick, which I really do like. Although, you know, as of late, I haven't really been pressing on the accelerator and driving it super fast. But it's very smooth, very quiet, and it maneuvers really quick. Maybe it's because it's more of it's a compact sedan that I can get around with this in tight spaces real easily. The turn radius is really good. Again, picks up real quick, and it stops really good. I love regenerative braking. I know some may not like it, but once you get used to it, you really do start to like it. And most times, like, if it's like a emergency brake, I will brake. But like, if I know, and here's the thing, by using this so often, I can now kind of calculate how long it's going to take for regenerative braking to kind of brake the distance from me to get to a red light. So it really has been a learning curve, but it's been a fun learning curve, and it's been something I don't think I can move on from other vehicles. But it picks up quick. It's a quick car, but not a fast car. So I think its top speed limit is like 120, 125, 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. And it does hold that standard. Like, it really is 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. But I'm not really going any faster. Like, I'm not trying to hit the top speed limit or anything like that, or I'm not racing anybody. But it does get me from point A to point B very quickly. So there's really not much negative I can say about the driving experience. I know some people are going to be talking about, you know, the range is not good. Yes, I'll be honest, like, it's not the greatest. You know, there's definitely vehicles and competitors out there that have better range, but it's also not bad either. For getting at 100%, getting 320 miles is not bad. With 80%, I'm getting around 258, 260 miles, which is still very good for local use. One of my wishes for future Tesla Model 3s and just Tesla models in general is to have 400, 500, 600 miles of range, and hopefully, you know, the tech will improve and we get to that point. But for now, it really does get me from point A to point B. Now, I do end up charging the car every single night, just because as of late, like I said, I've been, you know, testing through DoorDash and using up a little bit more range. But on a normal week, if I don't really go out too often, as you know, my main thing right now is making content, so I'm not obligated to really go out every single day, I can go a full week without charging this car. And for me, charging where I live right now is complimentary, so I don't need to worry about that. I also do have Tesla credits if I do need to supercharge, although I wouldn't recommend supercharging as your main source of charging. You want to make sure you have like a level 2 charger, or worst case, a level 1 charger where you live, so you can charge it that way. Supercharging long term is not good for your battery. But obviously road trips and things like that, those are exceptions. Those are completely okay. But long term, you don't want to rely as a, you know, supercharger as your charging method. You want to make sure you have regular charger wherever you live. But let's talk about full self-driving. And I've made countless videos of full self-driving with the latest Tesla versions, 13.2.8. I currently did not make a video on that, but I've been using it and it's been phenomenal. Now, the one thing I still want to see, for example, that we haven't got, but hopefully, you know, Tesla has talked about it and that they're working on it, is the fact that I'll put in my destination, right? And it'll bring me to, like, I'm at a Target parking lot. It'll bring me to Target, but then it'll just kind of circle around. It won't park in the parking lot for me. So I have to disengage and park myself, or it'll, you know, I'll turn around and then I'll choose a parking spot and it'll park. But the ideal thing is it takes you from your house to Target, then it brings you into the parking lot and chooses a parking spot on its own and it parks for you. That essentially is what I would like to see. That's also what Tesla is working on. But everything else about full self-driving has been great. Each version has been getting much better, and it has been more smart, makes better decisions, and I feel more comfortable using it. Now, obviously, hands on the wheels, eyes on the road, or hands near the wheel, eyes on the road. You want to make sure you're paying attention when using full self-driving. But I feel really comfortable, and I kind of passed that anxiety too. There are some instances where, like, okay, I just take over because it's a little too slow, and maybe I need to get, home quicker, or I need to get somewhere else quicker, so I do take over. But on long road trips, this is awesome. I'm not in any rush. I put in full self-driving. It takes me from point A to point B without any issues whatsoever. So there's lots of good I could say about full self-driving. You truly have to experience it to kind of get an idea and understanding. And you can pay monthly. You can pay at full price. I pay monthly, so I can cancel whenever I want. As of right now, I'm still using it. But if you do pay full price, that's up to you. And this has hardware 4, so just do keep that in mind. And I don't know, I really like how full self-driving is. There is Smart Summon 2, or what they call actually Smart Summon, and that works fairly decent. But I don't know, like, it doesn't really pull up to me 100%. Like, I'll be standing like right where the Toyota is in front of me, and like it'll pull up just a little bit behind that, so it won't really come truly up to me. I don't know, it's a little bit weird, and I have content on that too if you want to check it out. But it still works. It still works very well. So in the rain, or if you have lots of groceries, you can summon your car to you. I did that a couple times, and I do get different looks. But let's go ahead, fasten the seatbelt, or not fasten the seatbelt. So let's drive and turn around. Again, you can see how I'm really used to driving with the yoke. I'm really used to it. I've had no issues, no stutters, or no stutters. That's something I say when I'm reviewing smartphones, but I've had no problems getting used to it. And, you're missing the top half. So yes, like if your hand is usually up here, yes, it's kind of weird, but I've gotten used to, like I said, and I kind of turn around just like this with one hand. Most times I'm using 2 hands to turn, and it's been very, very smooth. But overall, I mean, 1 year later, look, I don't know if I can switch to a different car as my main. There are so many other great cars out there, and I really, really like other cars too. Like, there are great Tesla alternatives. There are just great ICE vehicles in general, and I really want to check those out too. But as my main car, using it daily, locally, I don't know. I think, I don't want to speak too big, but I think my next vehicle after the Model 3 will probably be another Tesla, because of all the features it includes that have just kind of made my driving experience much smoother and simpler and easier. Like I said, I would love to try out other cars and see how they are. In fact, I think Mercedes revealed like their new CLA redesign. I think that's also electric and has a regular option as well. And I really would love to check that out. That's also like a compact sedan type of thing. Yeah, there are so many other car options out there, but for me, this has been the one. And I know some people who also have the Model 3 Highland, just different trims, and they're really happy with their cars. Absolutely love it. But yeah, this has been 1 year later with the Tesla Model 3. Great car, definitely. If you ask me, I recommend it, but try it out for yourself, test drive it. You got to really truly try it to see it, the experience of how it is. You may like the simplicity of the interior, you may not. It's a preference thing, but I will be continuing to use the Tesla Model 3. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Again, links for accessories and all that stuff will be in the description down below. Also, my Tesla referral link will be in the description down below. And if you guys did enjoy, definitely be sure to Superman that like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video, because it really does help out the channel out a lot. It will help push my content out to more people. That's been it for me, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.